Hello, it's Diana Marchand from Raw Foods Made Simple. And what I have for you today is we are talking about healthy breakfast, and this is buckwheat and oat groats, steel cut oats. Now, if you like a heavier breakfast, or if you choose to have your smoothie, which I always recommend, of course, green smoothie first thing in the morning, smoothie, fruit, and then around 10:30 you're hungry and you want to have something. Now, this is great to have because you can have it made in like a container to go, so you can take it with you, or you can have like to work or wherever you're going, and it's ready for you to eat at 10:30 when you're a little more hungrier. These are both highly nutritious. Now, buckwheat has more protein. It is a seed, so it's a bit lower in carb, whereas steel cut oats, of course, is a higher carb, although it's a good oaty flavor if you really like your oats. You do not have to cook them. So steel cut oats, I'm just going to show you, are right here. They are, you can buy them like this, and they are a little less processed for sure than the oat flakes, but they are not raw. But you do not need to cook them. What you do is you soak them overnight in filtered water, and then in the morning you're going to put them in, let's say, a strainer like this, and rinse them with filtered water, and then you can take a spoon and just press any excess water that's in the oats. So press them out, right? So what they're going to be like now is a little chewy, which is a really great texture. Yes, you can cook them. They'll cook very fast once they've been soaked. But that releases more sugar, so they'll spike your insulin levels higher and faster if they are cooked. If they are raw, they won't. So if they're like this, I should say, just soaked. So you can eat them like this, and what you would do is you would basically put them in a bowl. You can heat them up in a frying pan if you want to saute them with a little bit of water and heat them up a bit. That's fine. So you would put them in a bowl like this, and then what I like to add to them, you can add chopped dates, chopped figs, any type of dried fruit if you want. Apples, chopped bananas, really good in them, chopped bananas. And then of course, you know, I just got some raisins here, so you could add a few raisins. And then a little bit of cinnamon, and then of course some maple syrup to add a little bit of sweetness to them, a little bit of salt, or stevia or whatever sweetener you like to use. And then that would be your breakfast cereal. You can mix it all up like this, take it to work in a container, and it can sit there. Actually, it can sit all day. It can sit for 2 days if you want to make up a batch for a couple days, for sure, in your fridge. These are very filling. They're going to keep you full long. You're not going to have that more cravings and go to grab for something, and they're going to kind of give you that fix of the carb or that oaty good winter morning breakfast flavor, right? So that is a great breakfast. And then we're talking buckwheat. Now, buckwheat, you can cook it. I'm not too much of a fan of cooked buckwheat. It really has no flavor at all. But because it is so nutritious, so here's the buckwheat groats. They are, you can buy them in bulk. Do not buy the ones that have been broken up. So you really want to look for the full kernel buckwheat groats. Kashi has been baked. You want the raw ones, okay? Buckwheat groats. You can buy them at health food stores in the bulk section. And then what you want to do is soak them again, either all day or all night. Then you're going to rinse them. Rinse them with water. I rinse them with tap water first because a lot of slime comes out the bottom, okay? That is just the slime that's on the seed. Don't let that scare you away. So you're going to rinse them really well. And then you're going to put them in a bowl, back into the soaking bowl if you want. Just rinse the soaking bowl. And then you're going to put a plate over top. You're going to put a plate over top or something so that they're dark. And then you're going to sprout them, what it's called. So then they're going to sit for about 12 hours and sprout with no light, just on a counter. And then again, you're going to pour them in here. Pour the buckwheat in here again after they've sat and sprouted for 12 hours. And then you're going to rinse them again really good under the tap, and then with some filtered water. At this point, they are ready to eat. So you could eat them like you eat this exactly in a cereal. You could put these in the dehydrator and dry them, and they're called buckwheat crisp, and they taste really good. Or you can make, what I'm going to show you is what I have a video too for is a buckwheat, like a tortilla wrap or crepe. So this has been just soaked 12 hours or sprouted, and you can continue to sprout them by rinsing and sprouting and rinsing and sprouting, and they'll get little tails on them. But after they've sprouted for the first 12 hours, they are ready to eat or use in recipes, okay? So that is buckwheat. They're just sitting there. And I also use them in a lot of raw cracker recipes. They make them really crispy. Fantastic for raw crackers. So those are the two things I wanted to introduce to you for breakfast. This one I would give them a try because the texture's a little funny, but some people love it. It can also be used like rice. You can put stir-fry stuff on top of it. You know, it's just another way of having something that's a little more filling with your veggies or something. So some people love, love, love buckwheat, so I highly suggest you try it because it's extremely nutritious for you. Or if you're a real oat lover, then try just soaking your steel cut oats. Super fast, super easy breakfast that's going to keep you nice and full and satisfied until lunchtime. So it's Diana from Raw Foods Made Simple.